What's going on, mateys? Right, we're jumping straight in with a bit of Space Engineers right now. So we're going to start a brand new world. I've pumped thousands of hours into this game, so I know roughly what I'm doing. I wouldn't say I'm an expert in it, but we're going to go to a custom game. We're going to start off brand new world. So let's just name that very quickly. Now we're also just going to dive into the advanced very quick. Just ramp everything up because it makes it a little easier and things go a bit quicker for us. Why did that not go? So we're just going to quickly do all of this. We can go for a high density asteroid field. We're going to go for that 20 kilometers view distance. Max objects are set to 100. I'm liking that. We don't want block limits on. So we're just going to quickly double check all of this. We want in-game scripts. Yeah, no, we're going to do a bit of arachnophobia. We don't really want super gridding right now, so I'm going to also disable the weather system because that just annoys me. So just very quickly going to load up a couple of mods in very quickly. One is easy NPC takeovers. A lot of these I don't actually use anymore, so I need to take them off eventually. We're going to put in an order detector +++. Projections to assembler. All of this is just helpful and it's going to help us go through it a bit more. We want a new mining drill as well. So, and that's about it. We don't really fancy anything else. Maybe extended hangar doors, we might use that later, but for the minute we don't really need it. We do want a nanobot repair system because that will help us as well when we want to build certain things, or we then decide to go into a bit more aggressive stance point. We do want an auto-save. We're going to play it offline, and then let's get it going. So the first thing that we're going to do as well is we're going to try and build up a pillar drill. Once we land, hopefully we land in a decent area to go start with. So if we land in a decent area, yep, Earth-like drop pod. If we land in a decent area, then it's going to be fun. If not, then we've got to try and find another area. So let's try and see where we are. Decent enough, I guess. Can we spot a water source? I don't think we can for the minute. That's not exactly fun. So hopefully that parachute, there we go. So we first off we want to take this. Oh, they've updated the texture. Create GPS markers. It's a standard thing that you get when you drop off. We're going to go to that GPS marker. I'm going to show on HUD. Let's see where that is. We've got 58 kilometers away, so we're not going to get to that anytime soon. Right, lovely jubbly. We are here now. I'm going to play it all in first person because that's my preferred thing. And now that is not standard, so I'm getting a little bit ticked off by that. So let's just come down here, turn off auto lock, unlock it so it's level, then lock it back again. So now that's level with the floor, we can start going. Right, so we've got our survival kit here. We're just going to immediately line up 10,000 gravel, so as soon as we put some stone into this, it's going to automatically go. So I'm not worried too much about this dirt here. Why is that one mining? There we go. Not too worried about this. Let's just turn that down very quickly because that is all over the place. Where's the master volume? We'll turn that down. We'll turn that down. We're not really in voice chat, so we'll disable that. Do that. Right. Okay. So let's just go with this. I want to get down to the stone. I'm trying to tap forward very quickly as well. Here we go. So that we can build sort of a ramp going down, so we don't have to use our jetpack to go. So what we got so far, let's just do that. We can get in and out of that very easily. That's good. So we're down here at stone level. We're just going to mine a few bits and pieces of stone. The first thing I do want to build is a pillar drill, and then we're going to try and find some cobalt because that's something that we're going to need a lot of. So let's just quickly do a load of sets of these, and I'll join you guys once again once I've mined a fair bit of stone. So we've got wolves. I completely forgot that those were a thing that existed.
Your health is critical.
So now we just need to just very quickly where is that wolf gone? There he is. What's he got on him? 21 computers. Lovely. Right, back to mining. So, now that we've mined a fair bit of stone, we're now going to start work on a base of some description. So we need 200 of them. We'll start building just basic stuff for the minute. We'll see if we've got enough for all of this. First off, yeah, we've got more than enough already for all of this that's coming through. So we don't need these immediately because I'm going to use these air thrusters here to make a cargo container that we can then use to store all of our stuff, because eventually what I want to do is make us a pillar drill that will basically go down. So right now I just need to set up my taskbar. So if I use that for 5, we want to use that. No, we want to use a light armored block. We still need them. We do not need that for the minute. We need a cargo container. That will do us. And we are also going to need a basic assembler. Why is that not coming down? There we go. So first things first, let's try and find a nice open area. Let's see what's at the top of this ridge. Have we got a nice area on top of this? Hopefully. Oh, I completely forgot to open up my helmet. It's one thing I constantly forget to do. Whoa, we're cycling through. Don't need that. Let's just start building here, because at least this way we've got an option that goes down. Oh, we have run out of steel plate. Hopefully the assembler has made some now. Hopefully that has. If it hasn't, then we are in a bit of a jiffy problem. But hey ho, that'll do us for the minute if we've got some. So that's creating now. So let's have a look, see what we got. We've got plenty for the minute. Right, so we've got a lot of stuff already. What else is there yet to make? We do need power eventually. Now we're going to put wind power on this for the minute. We're not, because of the area that we're in with all of this, we're not going to fuss about solar power, and not until fairly later, once we've built that pillar drill and essentially start fracking into the land. Not necessarily for oil, but you get just to mine a lot of stone. So that's what we're going to do for the minute. Just very basic for the minute. I'm not going to worry about building these up just yet. We will do that later, but as of right now, all we're going to do is build something extremely basic so that we can have slightly better things. I built that the wrong way. Let's go there. That's good. Now we want our cargo container. I need interior plates, which is what I'm lacking. Okay. So let's get that done. I think I see a wolf. I do not. So that's good though. We will probably have an encounter with a wolf at some point soon. Hopefully not though. Right, so let's just speed up the production of our interior plates, because that's what we need more than anything else at the minute. Just so we can get them placed. We probably won't be able to build it just yet because we need small steel tubes to build it fully. So what we do need to do first off is build our basic assembler and our refinery there, our basic refinery. And once we've built those, we can then focus on our small cargo container. And we've got enough to build our basic refinery right here, which is good. We want to focus on these two. Alright, that's that built. We do not have enough for our basic assembler. What are we lacking? We're lacking 4 displays, some computers, and a steel plate. That's not going to fully build either. So let's just put whatever we've got left in our inventory into this. Yet we need small steel tubes, a few more interior plates, displays, and computers. That's absolutely fine. Once we've finished with our basic assembler, we can then start transferring everything that we have in our respawn pod over to our little mini base that we're starting to build there. And once we've finished with that, we're laughing. So what else do we need right now? Let's build some motors very quickly. We don't appear to have any. No, we do have a bit of stone left in here, but all of these can then be chucked into our basic assembler, which we can then use to build our small steel tubes, to then use that to finish our we're going to chuck all of our materials into our basic assembler, so we can then use the small steel tubes. We can get it to craft small steel tubes, and then use that to finish off our cargo container. And then we can start building somewhat of a drill from there. Because once we build the drill, we can then get it just go down a little bit. We get enough materials. Then from that, we can then start to expand to that drill a bit more. And once we do that, we are absolutely laughing in what we can do from there, because after we've then done that, we can then build a rover of some description to then go out on the hunt for cobalt, which is what we need to build metal grids, which we need if we want to build a build atmospheric thrusters. I need to build something very small, and I don't have steel plate on me at this particular moment in time. So, we don't want to cover that just yet there. Do we have anything on us? No, not that we can disassemble for the minute. So, let's go back and get all of our materials from our respawn pod and take it over to our little base. So, now we've got everything that's here. We need to go into our basic assembler, and one thing that I have completely forgotten is that we need power. We need power. I'm going to be right back in a minute. I completely forgot about power, so we're going to sort out the power situation first. Okay, so very quickly, we've just got something basic. I do want to put this higher up eventually. However, we have just got something for the meantime. How much power is that producing? Wind clearance is poor. However, this is not giving us enough of what we need. So, yep, no, I'm going to have to rebuild that. This is going to be fun. Okay, so now we've got our little bit of clearance in our wind turbine going. Let's hopefully find out that we've got enough power for the minute. Optimal, fantastic. So we've got, yes. Lovely. I need to now go and get our bits and pieces. Let's just fly over there very quickly so that we can grab all of that. So we're just going to grab all of this and everything that's done. I have a full inventory now. Whee! Fell down a hole. So let's just go dump all of this very quickly. Hopefully I got the iron. I did. So we're going to chuck all of this straight in there. Going to get it to build 100 small steel tubes. We only need 20 for the minute, I think it is. Yep, it is 20. So now we're going to dump everything that we have right in there, then go and grab the rest. We can now start to try and work on getting all of this either disassembled or repurposed. I'm hoping for a repurpose so that we can then use it to mine certain things. However, we might turn around and go for a completely different approach anyway. So let's now work on our thing. Let's try and go for a alternative taskbar. So we straight up now want to build a drill. So what do we need to build a drill? we need almost 300 steel, which we're not going to have, but we do have enough to get ourselves going for the minute. That's not where I wanted it. So let's go to here, and right, so that might collect a little bit, but that won't collect enough for us for the minute. So what we need right now is a pathway to get up on top of this base. Otherwise, if we lose our hydrogen, we will be screwed. So let's do that for the minute. Now we can then start to work on trying to build something that we can use, but I don't feel like we've got enough materials for that. But let's line it out just to be certain for the minute. We'll take what we can so that we can do it, but let's set up our taskbar. So what we need right now is drills. We also need pistons. Do we have that unlocked yet? We do. So we need pistons and we need our drills. We also need conveyor tubes. So very, very simple what we're going to do here. We need interior plates to decide where we're going to lay things out. So first things first is what I want to do is I want to just build up a couple blocks on the conveyor tubes. We do need to go and get some more hydrogen very quickly though. Luckily for us, there is some left in here. So we've got an oxygen bottle and a hydrogen bottle. We're only interested in a hydrogen bottle for the minute. So let's come back here. We will do one more conveyor junction just there. Then we'll start on the pistons. So we only want... We're going to go 3 pistons for a little bit. Then we're going to want a conveyor junction on the top. We're going to want some straight ones here. We're only going to go use 3 of these for the minute. Actually, no, we'll go with 4. Go 4. Then we want a conveyor junction here. Then we're going to want to build pistons going down. So the objective with these pistons here is quite simply just to provide us with a bit of leeway per se in what we can and can't build. It's also going to thrust our drill here, if it's going to let me place it under the ground, so we can then use it to start drilling. And once we can do that, we will be using it to automate everything that we have here. So that's going to be all sorts of fun. Let's get that all drilled up for now. So I will be back in 1 minute. Right, so we are done hooking this up. So it's all fully built. So first things first, what we need to do is we need to assign these 3 pistons here a number so we know what they are, so we don't accidentally turn them on as well as the other pistons, because then we're not going to get anywhere. So we're just putting a 1 in front of each one of those so that it doesn't interfere with those 3 pistons. So if we can come to this control panel so we can get the drill in the distance, we're going to turn the drill on. And like I said before, these 3 pistons here have 1 on them, so we're not going to touch them. We are then going to change the value of this to 0.1, so they're going to move at 0.1 meters a second, so that will go nice and slowly. We also completely forgot to turn on the inertia tensor, tension so that it drills a nice and straight line and not a broken one. So that will then do its bits and pieces while this pulls it all in to the refinery here. As you can see, we're getting quite a fair bit that we can then use to put towards our items of work. Now eventually what my plan is to, when this is done extending all the way, is bring it back up and then finally use those pistons. However, that will have to be done in another episode, but thank you very much for joining me right now, matey. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day and stay safe.